Walk into any commercial hardware store today, and you will find an entire aisle dedicated to synthetic chemical warfare. Row after row of brightly colored plastic bottles containing laboratory-engineered neurotoxins, systemic insecticides, and synthetic fungicides. The agricultural matrix has successfully conditioned the modern homeowner to believe that growing food without purchasing these expensive, toxic retail sprays is biologically impossible. You are told that the moment an aphid or a hornworm appears on your crop, you must open your wallet and carpet bomb your local ecosystem with chemicals. But look back to the 1930s. During the Great Depression, an entire generation of homesteaders, urban farmers, and rural families were forced to produce maximum caloric yields from their soil while possessing absolutely zero disposable income. They could not afford to drive to a store and purchase synthetic pesticides. Instead, they relied on a highly sophisticated $0 system of botanical warfare. They understood that the Earth had already spent millions of years engineering deadly, highly targeted chemical defenses within the plants themselves. By strategically planting, harvesting, and processing specific toxic botanical compounds, these gardeners created localized pest control systems that cost nothing and left absolutely no permanent chemical residue in their soil. Today, we are stripping away the modern retail illusions. We are going to break down the exact biochemistry and historical application of 7 specific plants your ancestors used to eradicate garden pests for free. The multi-billion-dollar pesticide industry relies entirely on your biological amnesia. They need you to forget these foundational earth sciences, so you remain perpetually trapped in their subscription model of synthetic chemical dependency. If you want to pull these verifiable, ancestral blueprints out of the history books and deploy them on your own land, hit that subscribe button and join the Grounded Harvest Network right now before this knowledge is completely buried by corporate algorithms. By subscribing, you are refusing to let centralized retail conglomerates gatekeep the biological tools required for true independence. Secure your connection to our network now, and let us dive directly into the most powerful natural neurotoxin in the botanical world. To stop an infestation, you do not need a synthetic chemical laboratory. You need to understand the volatile alkaloids naturally present in the nightshade and daisy families. Your ancestors utilized these plants as highly effective localized insect killers. 1. The pyrethrum daisy, Chrysanthemum cinerariifolium. Long before corporations synthesized pyrethroids to sell in aerosol cans, Depression-era gardeners grew the real thing. The flower heads of this specific chrysanthemum contain natural pyrethrins, a powerful, fast-acting botanical compound that instantly overloads the nervous system of insects, causing immediate paralysis and death. The ancestral application. Gardeners would harvest the flower heads in midsummer when fully open, dry them completely in the dark to preserve the UV-sensitive compounds, and grind them into microscopic dust using a mortar and pestle. This raw powder was then dusted directly onto brassicas and nightshades to instantly wipe out cabbage worms and flea beetles without leaving toxic runoff in the soil. 2. Wild tobacco, Nicotiana rustica. During the 1930s, nicotine sulfate was one of the most widely recognized organic pest controls. Nicotine is a potent alkaloid designed by the plant specifically to kill grazing insects. The ancestral application. Homesteaders created tobacco tea. They took a cup of dried, crushed tobacco leaves and steeped them in a gallon of warm water for 24 hours. After straining, this dark, alkaloid-rich liquid was sprayed directly onto aphid colonies and soft-bodied mites. It acts as a lethal contact poison to pests but breaks down rapidly in sunlight, ensuring the crops were completely safe to eat just a few days later. Think about the sheer biological leverage of that process. Your ancestors extracted lethal, highly targeted pest control directly from the cellular structure of a flower and a leaf, entirely bypassing the industrial supply chain. This is how the matrix loses its power, when you realize the solutions they sell are just synthetic, highly priced copies of what nature provides for free. If this realization shifts your perspective on backyard self-reliance, take 1 second right now to hit that subscribe button. When you join Grounded Harvest, you directly fund the preservation of these raw, non-industrial blueprints. Hit subscribe to stand against the manipulation, and let us transition into the strategy of subterranean warfare. Not all ancestral pest control was sprayed. Some of the most effective Depression-era tactics relied on passive biological booby traps and sacrificial decoy crops to manipulate insect behavior long before it threatened the primary food supply. 3. The French marigold, Tagetes patula. Modern gardeners often plant marigolds simply because they look pretty, completely forgetting their historical utility as an aggressive subterranean weapon. French marigolds secrete a highly specific root exudate called alpha-terthionine deep into the soil. The ancestral application. Depression-era farmers interplanted thick borders of French marigolds around their tomatoes and potatoes. The alpha-terthionine released into the soil acts as a deadly biological fumigant against root-knot nematodes, microscopic parasitic worms that destroy root systems. The marigold actively cleanses the dirt of parasites for a radius of up to 3 feet. 4. The Nasturtium tropialum majus. Instead of fighting pests on their valuable food crops, ancestral gardeners utilized the tactical brilliance of the trap crop. Nasturtiums emit a potent mustard oil vapor that is highly attractive to aphids and cabbage white butterflies. The ancestral application. Gardeners planted dense clusters of nasturtiums several yards away from their vulnerable cabbages and kale. The biological mechanics are simple. The pests are drawn entirely to the sacrificial nasturtium, completely ignoring the primary food crops. Once the nasturtium is covered in aphids, the gardener simply pulls the plant and tosses it into the fire, eradicating thousands of pests without a single drop of spray. We have officially crossed the midpoint of this breakdown, and the protocol is clear. True agricultural sovereignty requires a conscious commitment to mastering the microscopic and behavioral systems of the earth. If you are ready to walk away from corporate retail dependency, hit that subscribe button right now. By subscribing to Grounded Harvest, you ensure that this $0 non-industrial wisdom is passed down to the next generation of free thinkers. Tap that subscribe button to officially join our network today, and let us decode the forgotten chemical extraction techniques using common kitchen scraps. The most resilient homesteaders during the 1930s didn't waste a single piece of organic material. They knew that the toxic parts of their edible plants, the parts that would kill a human if ingested, could be weaponized against insect invaders. 5. Rhubarb leaves Rheum rabarbarum. While rhubarb stalks were heavily utilized for pies and preserves during the Depression, the massive green leaves are famously toxic due to incredibly high concentrations of oxalic acid. The ancestral application. Instead of throwing the toxic leaves onto the compost pile, gardeners chopped them up and boiled them in water for 30 minutes. After the liquid cooled and was strained, they added a single drop of lye soap to act as a surfactant, helping the liquid stick to leaves. This harsh oxalic acid spray was deployed against heavy infestations of caterpillars and leaf miners, destroying their digestive tracts upon consumption. 6. Tomato leaves Solanum lycopersicum. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, and their leaves contain toxic alkaloids, primarily tomatine and solanine, designed to deter grazing animals and insects. The ancestral application. When pruning the suckers off their tomato plants, resourceful gardeners would soak 2 cups of the chopped, pungent green leaves in water overnight. The resulting macerated liquid is deeply infused with tomatine. When sprayed on corn silk or cabbage heads, this alkaloid tea efficiently repelled the corn earworm and eradicated soft-bodied aphids. If you have stayed with me this far, you belong to our high-retention inner circle. You are not surfing the internet for superficial entertainment. You are actively hunting for the unfiltered scientific realities required to break entirely free from the commercial system. You have successfully processed the advanced biochemistry of botanical alkaloids, and you have earned the final stage of this broadcast. Reward your dedication and support our work by hitting that subscribe button right now. We need disciplined, independent minds like yours anchored to our infrastructure to keep this raw earth science alive. Hit subscribe to lock in your spot within our tribe and let us look at the most powerful sensory disruptor in the ancestral garden. Insects operate heavily on olfactory signals. They literally smell their way to your vulnerable crops. To win the garden war, Depression-era growers deployed pungent biological shields to blind the sensory receptors of incoming pests. 7. Garlic Allium sativum. Garlic is a powerhouse of complex sulfur compounds, specifically allicin, which is released the moment the clove is crushed. These volatile sulfur compounds are not just antifungal, they physically mask the natural scent of the host plants, rendering them invisible to pests like the carrot rust fly and the Japanese beetle. The ancestral application. Gardeners crushed entire heads of garlic and soaked them in a few tablespoons of mineral oil for 2 days to extract the allicin. They strained the oil, mixed it with a quart of water and a shaving of hard soap, and sprayed the perimeter of their garden beds. This created an invisible, highly potent sulfur barrier that confused and repelled invading insects before they could ever lay a single egg. We have reached the absolute end of this disclosure, and the choice rests entirely with you. You can step away from this screen, return to the commercial loop, and continue paying massive chemical conglomerates for the right to grow your own food, or you can draw a definitive line in the sand today. Secure your permanent place in the Grounded Harvest Underground Network by hitting that subscribe button right now before this video concludes. Do not risk losing your connection to these unadulterated blueprints of independence. By subscribing in these final moments, you are casting a direct vote for absolute physical autonomy, decentralized food production, and real ecological literacy. Take definitive action, tap that subscribe button, and secure your position in our sovereign tribe right now. Reclaiming your status as a self-reliant producer starts the very moment you refuse to buy into the synthetic retail industrial illusion. This season, when the first wave of aphids hits your brassicas or the nematodes threaten your root crops, do not drive to a commercial garden center to buy a plastic bottle of engineered poison. Stop and look closely at the raw biological resources that are already completely free and growing in your own soil. Steep the tobacco, grind the pyrethrum daisies, boil the toxic rhubarb leaves and extract the sulfur from your garlic. Plant the sacrificial nasturtiums and let the natural architecture of the earth do the heavy lifting for you. The centralized chemical syndicates spent the last century trying to convince us that human survival is a high-cost commodity that can only be manufactured in an industrial facility and sold back to us in a disposable package. They wanted us to believe that without their synthetic intervention, the insects would consume everything. But their narrative is a mathematical failure. The fundamental laws of botanical defense remain completely unalterable, and the ancient, $0 physics of natural pest control are completely waiting to be deployed by anyone who has the courage to step off the corporate grid. You hold the absolute power to break the cycle of dependency right now with your own two hands from the ground up. Welcome to Grounded Harvest. Your agricultural sovereignty begins today.